So, I've been driving now for Uber and Lyft for about a week. Well, it's been exactly a week, and I did it to make some spare cash because I work in security, and our contracts have been up and down, so I haven't been getting that many hours, so I need something to do on the side besides sitting at home all day waiting for a contract. So, while waiting for a Uber ride or a Lyft fare, I figured I'd make a video. My experience been pretty good. I see people complaining because Uber and Lyft, they take 20% of your whatever you make, so they take a 20% commission. But can you still make money? Yeah. People complain about it, but the people that complain, I'm wondering what size car they're driving, because I drive a small little Honda Civic, 4-cylinder. I get between 32 miles to the gallon in town. On the highway, I get about 36, 37. But overall, it's been a pretty good experience. I mean, the weekends are going to be your busy times. During the week, like it is right now, I've only had one fare today. So what I did after I dropped the guy off, I just went somewhere nearby and parked, and that's what I'm doing right now, just waiting for another ride. And that's another thing, is that don't drive around. Just hang out, wait. You know, you might be waiting for an hour. I mean, if you hate being bored, this is not the job for you. I'll tell you that right now. I mean, sometimes I'll bring my laptop and I'll just sit here, watch a movie, waiting for somebody to hit me up. Then I tuck my laptop between the seat and the door, and then I go. And then after I drop them off, I turn it back on and watch a movie. So, or you can park somewhere with free Wi-Fi and hang out. But it doesn't always work like that, because I might drop somebody off. Like right now, I'm at a grocery parking lot. And so I didn't drive that far, because the more you drive, the more gas you waste. So I'm not moving until I get a call or until I get bored and I go home. So that's that. As far as passengers, I only had one person who was kind of a douche. But you know, no big deal. Wasn't anything I couldn't handle. But everyone else is pretty friendly. Everyone's real curious about how this app works and how you make money, and you know, just they're really curious about the app. And most people are friendly. You'll get people who won't talk to you. They'll sit in the back and kind of just clam up and whatever, no big deal. I just kind of just do my thing and drive and make sure they get there safe, and there you go. I make a few bucks. Are you going to get rich off driving for ride sharing? No. Could you do it full time? Yeah, maybe. It's so hit and miss that I don't know if you could do it full time. Maybe in your city you could. Maybe you live in a bigger city than I do. You know, I'm not going to mention what city I drive in, but if you watch my videos all the time, you'll figure out which city I'm in. But if you mention my city in the comments, I'll probably delete it, because I just don't want people stalking me. But if you really want to figure out where I'm at, just watch all my other videos. Now, my channel is not going to turn into a ride-sharing channel. I say ride-sharing, I'm talking about Uber and Lyft. It was real easy to start with them. You need a 2004 or newer car. I drive an '04 Honda Civic. Gets great gas mileage. You know, people say, oh, it's small. I'm like, well, they require a 2004 or newer with at least 4 doors, and I have a Honda Civic with 4 doors. So if people don't like my car, then whatever. You know, I know if you rate me, like after I drop you off, you can rate me up to 5 stars, and if you rate me a 3 or lower, you won't be paired up with me again. Same with the passenger. If I rate them a 3 or lower, I'll never see them again. So it works both ways. It's pretty cool. Some people don't realize that we get to rate the passenger. So if some guy comes in and he's just a total jackass, just rate him like a 1 star, and he'll never be seen again. And I'm not sure if Lyft or Uber, I think Lyft does this, but if your rating as a passenger gets so low, they might stop you from using the app. I mean, but the thing is, if it's so low, who knows how many drivers are actually be paired with, because they already burn their bridges with everybody else. So passengers, be sure, mind your manners. At least behave, and we'll give you 5 stars. I give everybody a 5 star, even the guy that was kind of like a douche. I gave him 5 stars because it wasn't anything I couldn't handle. But it's not too bad. As far as everything else goes, if you don't want to work weekends, you're gonna miss out. Weekends are busy. I get a few rides during the week here and there. It is what it is. I do think Uber and Lyft take too much out with the 20%. I think it should be at 15%, because when you make $100 and they took $20 out, and you're kind of like, that's $20. But I understand, you're contracted through them, so they're taking their 20% commission. I think they could do 15%, and that way it'd be more incentive to work harder. I'm sure they're making a buttload of money from doing this. I mean, we go out, work for them, they take 20%. I know they got their expenses too. But also, another thing, I think Uber and Lyft should have at least an office in the city they are operating out of, instead of having everything done through email. It'd be nice that they had an office, so if customers had complaints or if we had problems, we actually had a local office here in town where they operate out of, and we had someone to talk to, especially with payroll, because you're hired as a contractor, so you have to do a 1099. So at the end of the year, you'll file your taxes, and you'll keep track of all your expenses. And I just claim mileage. I just write down my mileage. It's easier than figuring out my gas and oil changes and tires. I just write down how many miles I drove for the day. As soon as that app is on, I set my trip odometer, and I keep track of all the miles I drive when my app is on. I have a little folder here with paper and stuff in it, and I just keep track of my miles. So that's one way to do it. That's the easiest way to do it for me. But that's about it. I mean, if you have any questions, I want to put a link to a guy's channel who does more of a ride-sharing channel than I will, because I probably won't make any more videos after this. This is a kind of a long video just talking about my first week as a driver. It's not that hard. I mean, is it safe? I think it's safer than anything else you do. I'm sure the passengers wonder if it's safe too. I mean, I get people in here, especially girls. I get the girls, they'll sit in the back, and I'm sure they're leery of me. They don't know who I am. I'm picking them up and taking them downtown. So, but I think it's safe for the most part. The pay is okay. In my town, Lyft is cheaper than Uber, but Uber is giving a $30 credit, one-time ride for free, and I think Lyft gives you a $25 credit if you sign up. And I'll be sure to put my promo codes in the video, and I'll put them in the description too, so you guys can use my promo codes, and I'll hook you up, and then I get a little bit of money from you guys using the code. So it works out both ways pretty good. And then if you become a driver, you can start doing the same thing, telling people, hey, this is my code, punch in my code. And especially, like, I had a guy today I picked up, he's only drives Uber, he's never driven Lyft, so I gave him my code for Lyft, and I'll get a couple bucks from it, and he'll get $25 credit for a free trip. So he didn't even know about Lyft. So even though Lyft is more popular where I live, some people still don't know about it. Same with Uber. I pick up Lyft people, and they say, well, they're like, what's Uber? We've seen Uber, but we never really seen anyone driving for them. I'm like, well, if you sign up for Uber, here's a $30 credit. So if you punch on Uber, and if there's a driver near you, use your $30 credit for a free ride. And it only counts for one ride, so as soon as your ride's over, the credit's gone. It doesn't if you have a $30 credit and you only use $20 of it, it's done. It takes the whole thing off your credit. It's just a credit for one ride. So that one ride is over, your credit's gone. Not just trying to think of everything to talk about with this, so just bear with me. You're gonna have people. Oh, there's one thing people are telling me downtown, because they don't like the taxi cabs. The taxi cabs do cost more. And the city I'm at, the city did approve Lyft and Uber to be here, so the taxi cabs can't complain too much. They did make some changes to the laws, to the state, or not state, but city laws regarding taxis, so taxis get a little bit more leniency. But one complaint I got was people say that they'll request a taxi, and it'll take 20 to 30 minutes to get there, and the taxi can still cancel on them. So a Lyft or Uber ride takes about 5-10 minutes, I mean really 15 minutes most to get to them. And on the app, you could actually see the driver coming to you. So you have an ETA on when they'll be there. So you don't have to sit there and kind of look for the cab. Where's the cab at? You'll see on your app. And I push the arrive button, and it punches up on their phone that I'm here. So they can be in their house chilling, and then boom, I'm there, and they just walk outside. So that was a big thing. But Lyft is cheaper. So if you are thinking about getting a ride, Lyft is cheaper. Uber is a little bit more. Pretty much they do the same thing. So guys have any questions, you can ask, but this is not going to be an Uber or Lyft channel, like I said. It is what it is. It's just something to do to make some extra cash. I would not advise doing it full time, but not too bad. So I'll talk to you guys later. More stuff coming up on my channel, so definitely check it out. All right, thanks. Bye. Another question I get, another update, is which app is better? The Lyft app is by far better. It's easier to use. When you get a request, you can hit navigate, and you can link it to Google Maps. So you have Google Maps on your phone. You could have it use that. Whereas Uber, they have their own navigation, and it sucks. So you'll figure that out. And with Uber, you can get an Uber phone and have that phone running, so you have both apps running on the same time and see both of them. Or you could have one phone and run both apps. Uber says you need an iPhone 4S or newer. I run an iPhone 4. Oh, I got another request. I'll be right back. Alright guys, I'm back home. Got a couple lifts, so not too bad. But I was saying before with the Uber app, I have an iPhone 4, not the 4S, and it runs fine on my phone. But it won't run Lyft and Uber at the same time, because I know some guys will do that. So I am going to have to get a Uber phone. It's $10 a week. But it'll pay for itself since I can run both apps. So right now I'm limited to running one app at a time, which kind of sucks. I try to run Uber during the day, then I run Lyft in the evening, and that works out okay, but who knows how many fares I'm missing. So if I can run both apps, I can make more money. So food for thought. Like it says, iPhone 4 runs Uber. But the Uber app, it's not very good, even though you make more money driving for Uber, where I live anyway. And if you want to know how much they charge, you can go online and type in Uber Los Angeles or Uber San Francisco or Lyft San Francisco, and it'll give you a rate. I know it's like a $5 minimum, and there is a cancellation fee. I think you're allowed to cancel once for free, but after that, I think it's if your driver is en route more than 5 minutes and you cancel, it charges you $5, because as a driver, I'd hate to drive 15 minutes and then have you cancel, and I'm out of that gas money. So at least we get the $5. So that's about it, guys. I want to go ahead and finish doing this video and upload it and all that good stuff. So thanks for watching.